Hi guys, this is Alex from Masson Lifestyle. I hope you guys are doing well. Wow, last week was a little bit I don't know if I'd say entertaining, but it definitely was interesting in the sewing community. If you haven't heard, fabric.com mentioned to Craft Alliance, which is a website about crafting and the industry, and they had said that they had told their vendors that they were going to be closing by the end of the year, but October 20th, they pulled the plug permanently. And if you go to the site, you cannot buy anything else. It's a little sad. I will say I am very sad. Not just because it's a business, of course, it was owned by Amazon, which I know some people have strong opinions on that, but it was just another website where we had different selections and they had a huge variety of fabric. So I am definitely a little sad, but thankfully I knew some of the manufacturers that I purchased from the website, and I reached out to them to kind of give me some other avenues, some other stockists where I can go buy. But Vogue also released their winter collection, and that's why we are here today on this video. I haven't done a sew the look with a winter collection, so I thought that we should do that. So let's start. So first, and guys, as always, I put all of these patterns, and I mentioned fabric for one of them, but I have all of these patterns and also pictures from the designers or the ready to wear sites and links on my blogs. So they're always there. So if you just don't want to watch a video, although I hope you do, but you want to just kind of go look at that, take a little bit more time, I always post those on my blog. So let's start. So first one, it is a Vogue 1926. And I'm sure a lot of you guys love this pattern. I know I did. It is a beautiful pattern, especially view A with the view B with the really long coat. It is a tweed coat. And if you guys were paying attention at Chanel, and I'm going to put a picture up, if you guys were paying at Chanel, and this is one of their I think it's 2022 collections, which is rather recent. There it is. So Carlos at Vogue Patterns just gave us that pattern. It is absolutely beautiful. Think of that in like perhaps a beautiful black tweed, or perhaps in another color. He even styled it with kind of like the gold belt. It's beautiful. So definitely a pattern to have in the stash if you want to do something a little bit more complicated, right? And I'm sure you can also cut that jacket off if you wanted to, but I think the beauty of it is in the long. Another pattern, and this one is Vogue 1923. It is that beautiful crisscross bodysuit. I saw that pattern and I'm like, I think I've seen this. I think I've seen this before. And sure enough, alllll has a sweater called the Virginia sweater. It retails for almost $600, and it is pretty darn close, guys. And I'm gonna put a picture up so you can see it. It's pretty darn close, and I think if instead of making it in a bodysuit, which you can, I just think bodysuits are a little bit uncomfortable when I have to use the facilities, but you can definitely make that into a top, right? You can definitely make that into a top and just go out about your way. You can style it with a pair of pants or with a beautiful skirt, and you are good to go. So another one, Vogue 1921. And this one goes way back. Kind of interesting that that Carlos did this pattern. This is actually Ossie Clark's graduation dress. And this is from the 1970s. And guys, how do I know? Well, I follow a vintage couture reseller out of Canada, and she keeps everything that she has sold with really good details on her website. And sure enough, I saw that dress and I said, it is the exact same thing. I'll probably do something different with the sleeves. I'll probably do like a sleeve cuff and gather them, but it's a beautiful dress. The plunging neckline, it's a little bit out there for me, but that's something that you can easily change in the pattern. But again, another great pattern from Carlos. So I'm gonna keep going. Vogue 1929. And again, these patterns that I'm giving you right now are from Vogue's collection that just came out last week, guys. So Vogue 1929. This is also a really nice pattern, is asymmetrical. There's a dress and there's also a top and kind of like some lounge wear. It's beautiful. I like it because, you know, I probably could use maybe like support a bra, kind of like one of those one-sided bras. But if you be, it is absolutely beautiful. And again, guys, I do look at a lot of Altazara just because it's a high-end brand that has some beautiful designs and nothing that's too out there. But they have a dress called the Javica dress. It retails for almost $1,300. And it is pretty much the exact same thing. It's very close. It does have a placket from sleeve to sleeve with buttons. So obviously Carlos did not add that on the pattern, which I'm okay with that. I don't think I want to make all of those buttonholes going up and down the dress, which I know it is a design feature, but I think the pattern as is looks beautiful. And again, you can dress this up for maybe like a holiday party. You could probably put like a really nice trim along the neckline and the sleeves and just look beautiful for an event. So that's something to keep in mind, right? But I also thought that it would be good to look at some of the ready-to-wear just patterns, kind of like the mainstream stuff that at least some of the stuff that I can somewhat afford. So I'm going to look at Butterick 6857. Guys, I told you about this pattern on my sweaters video. I actually bought the pattern and I also bought some fabric and I'm going to make it sometime later this week, if not next. But J. Crew serves me with a ton of hats. They know I love J. Crew. Again, just a nice style. It's a little bit more conservative, but I think that they have come back from kind of like their stuff a couple of years ago was not good, but they have come back. But getting back to the pattern, it's Butterick 6857. And if you look at this picture from J. Crew, that is one of their sweaters, guys. And they have this in a couple of different fabrics, a couple of different designs. So again, you can use Butterick 6857 to make it. It comes, I mean, I've seen it on the website in so many colors. I think it is something a little nice. And of course, if it gets a little cold, you can just kind of button up your color. And if not, if it's a little bit more breezy, you can always just unbutton it and bring the color down. It is a beautiful design and Butterick gave it to us. It's actually a year-old pattern. Another one, and I always try to add some sort of like a free pattern in any of these videos, just if you are someone new or perhaps give you a chance to try out a new designer. But, and I know some of you know this designer. It is the Tilda blouse from Masson. I can't pronounce the French, so excuse me about that. But I was actually looking at these designers because I saw this blouse called the Chelsea blouse. Beautiful, and I had reached out to them to say, hey, I would love to purchase this pattern as a PDF. I am in the United States, and I only see it on your website as a paper pattern. I'm trying to avoid shipping costs at this time, and they said, well, unfortunately right now we're not offering any of our new patterns as digital downloads because there's a lot of people stealing digital downloaded patterns, which it's such a shame that people think that that is okay. Guys, it's not okay to be sharing digital downloads. You're actually stealing. Anyways, they have the tilde blouse on their website. It is a free downloaded pattern. Look how beautiful it is. It is a woven fabric pattern, and you can download it again for free. But check out J. Crew's ruffle neck, drapey top, and guys, this I don't have cost for this top from J. Crew, but I know it was on sale. It's beautiful, and you can use the tilde blouse with a couple of more pleats, or keep the tilde blouse as is and make one yourself. I would think that you can use like a rayon challis or maybe even like cotton lawn to make this pattern. Beautiful. Again, nice little pattern to have in the stash. So again, I put a link on the website that you can go and check out this pattern and make it. Another pattern, and I know I told you guys about this one too on my sweater video, is McCall's 8343. This is on McCall's last pattern release about 2-3 weeks ago. So again, it's fairly recent. But look at the shawl color shaker pullover from Talbot's. I love Talbot's. Probably when I was younger, I'm like, oh, that looks a little just too, I don't know, too modest, too matronly, but they have some really beautiful things, and they do some great styling on their Instagram account. But I thought that views C and D from McCall's 8343 was a great pattern to have in the stash. As soon as it goes on sale, I'm gonna pick it up, because look at, again, at this shawl color shaker stitch pullover from Talbot's. It's got like in a coral knit color. It is beautiful. I can see myself wearing that with a pair of jeans, with a pair of leggings, and going about my way. Another pattern that I talked about in my sweater pattern, kind of like that listing of patterns that you should have, the Marlowe sweater, guys, and it goes without saying, this is one of those tried and true patterns to have in the stash. And I do know that sometimes it does get expensive to buy the indie patterns. Sometimes I just wait for them to go on sale, maybe kind of like around Black Friday or the holidays, or perhaps there is some sort of random sale, and that's when I jump in and get these patterns. But this is a really nice one to have in the stash. True Bias does a great job with their instructions, their sew-alongs online. And of course, I saw this beautiful cashmere shaker stitch cardigan from Talbot's. Guys, it retails for $238. And the Marlowe sweater pattern, it is all over all of these websites, from Talbot's to J. Crew to Banana Republic. You can make this in so many different fabrics, colors, weights. Definitely a great pattern to have. But this one from Talbot retails for $238. I think you can make yourself something beautiful in a beautiful cashmere weight, and keep for yourself, or perhaps make a couple of cardigans for family members, and that'll be a nice gift for them, right? And then another pattern that I was looking at, because Cézanne, that French retailer, also sends me a ton of ads on Instagram, and they just know exactly what to show me. It is their Luan dress. It's a beautiful tunic length dress with a rib knit. And I was actually thinking, I can probably make that. And sure enough, you can look at Simplicity 9614. It is actually an oversized polo knit sweater. It actually has it in men's length, so you can make it into a tunic. And I even gave you a link on my website from Joann's for the same type of fabric, and you can make this yourself. Yes, you're going to have to do a little bit of modifications to the collar, but that is pretty easy to do. You're going to have to extend the placket a little bit, but also very easy to do. And guys, that's the sand dress. It goes for more than $100, so why not? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I always hope that these videos help you, get you inspired to sew. And of course, if you are like me and sometimes you kind of like have a little bit of analysis paralysis and you don't want to know what to sew next, there are some things that you can sew out there, and I hope these videos are helping you. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Bye.